Good morning traders and welcome to Phoenix Blues Trading Channel, and this is the morning update on Wednesday the 16th of March, and today we have a major day of news announcements. Primarily it's the FOMC speaking about the federal fund rate. Now, will they raise rates? Will they keep them on hold? Well, the market anticipation is that they're going to keep them on hold. Now, like all central banks, could they surprise the market? Will they let the market down? Will they forecast that there's going to be several rate hikes? None of us actually know. What we can do is just sit on the sidelines and wait for the markets or wait for the news to come out, and then that will give us a fundamental bias of where we actually want to be trading the markets. Then all we have to do is very simple, is trade our technicals in line with the fundamentals. So, guys, if you are new to Phoenix Blue and you don't know our format, you can follow us on many social media outlets where we do keep you up to date with current positions and our forecasting and where we're actually likely to take any opportunities. Should you have any questions about today's content or any previous content, please email us on the link provided here on this slide. The website will be coming live soon. Okay. So let's have a look at the market and see what's happened overnight. So let's have a look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei is first up. The black horizontal line that you can see in and around the big figure 16.5, that's the 2015 lows. And we can see that the market seems to be moving in and around that level. What we did have is we had a surge up in the market the other day, a gap up followed by a little doji, and then a sell-off followed by a sell-off last night. Now, this is primarily down to, I'm guessing, that the Bank of Japan didn't step in with any further stimulus. They kept rates where they were, and the market's taken to this quite negatively. Are they waiting to see what the Fed do, and hopefully the Fed can create strength in the dollar, therefore knock-on weakening of the yen? Who knows? So let's just see if it's waiting to see what happens tonight, and then maybe they will pull some further punches throughout either later this month or next month. So what we can see is we're probably going to see a sell-off back down to this support level, and then we'll wait for our next event to give us the fundamental bias of where we're going to look to be going. Then we've got the yen itself. Now, if we look at dollar yen, you can see it's in a bit of a trap. And what I mean by a trap is consolidation. It's not creating higher highs. It's not creating lower lows. This dotted trend line that you can see here is from the weekly chart. It goes back quite a way, and then obviously we can see this nice sort of trend line here, which is trapping the market within this zone. We actually have a resting order that we will keep on at 111.15 to go long dollar yen. Now, on the flip side, we're keeping that order in on the off chance that the market will spike down. If we do get a break and close below these lows, then we'll probably see a huge sell-off in dollar yen. I mean, huge sell-off. The next stop is a long way away. So we would expect that the market's going to come in and sort of rescue at this point. It's also a good 250 pips below, so it's going to take a big market correction to actually trigger this trade. Our bias on this market long term is to the upside to get us back into around 121s with an end goal of about 125 maybe by year end. But before we can actually start looking at taking any long opportunities other than this entry down here, is we want to see a clear break above this trend line here, and we'll look to then trade the retest from in and around 114. We look at the dollar index. The dollar index is painting a similar picture. Our view on the dollar index is anything in that blue zone is pretty neutral. Anything above the blue zone, we're bullish the dollar. Anything below the blue zone, we're bearish. You can see there's a couple of shorter term trend lines here that will probably indicate a pause in the market where we could see some interaction. Now, wherever it's in this blue zone, we are neutral, and this probably comes down to the fact that we've got the news announcements that we're talking about. What will they do? Where do they see the future? What's going to happen throughout the course of this year? So there will be some very key words to pick up in Miss Yellen's speech. Okay, Kiwi dollar. We rambled on about the Kiwi earlier on in the week and last week. New Zealand have actually shown their cards to the market. They want a weaker Kiwi dollar. They've cut interest rates. We've had a huge clear indication of what that means. We want to be selling Kiwi dollar. Yesterday, the GDT news came in at a negative -2.9, again adding further weight to the downside to Kiwi. What we did have, we highlighted 2 weeks ago, a week ago, we were looking for sell opportunities from up here. The market never actually gave us that opportunity. So then our next opportunity was we wanted to see a daily close below this shorter term trend line. We got that yesterday with the news from the GDT. It gave us that further push down. So we've got a sell order in and around 66.50. We'll be looking for target ones in and around 66 for our new traders, and in and around 65.50, 65.60 for experienced traders, and then we'll be looking for extended targets going down to 64, then on to 62.60s. How you manage this will be dependent on how you've been introduced into our systems and how you are working and what experience you have. Okay, our final opportunity that we traded, that we did highlight way in advance, was silver. We called this short from 1570. It triggered at 1570, moving against us for a little bit at up to 1582, I think it was, before dropping down, hitting first targets. We've now got risk off the table. We've hit just under a 2-to-1 on our first position. Now we're waiting for the market to drop down into the low 14s. Fingers crossed. If we are right with our analysis and our commitment to traders, we will see further downside to this market before we'll look for a stop and reverse, and we'll continue with the risk off market, because we are fundamentally long silver and gold for the long term. However, short term we are expecting a correction. So we've hit our targets, we've taken our money off the table, we can't lose anything. All we can do is make money from this trade now. It's a fantastic position to be in. Obviously it's not all good news. Just before I talk about this cocoa chart, we did have a losing trade yesterday. We do like to be open and honest. We called the trade. Anyone that watched our video at the weekend will have seen we called cable long from 142.10. That triggered yesterday. Unfortunately it got stopped out, but like any good sportsman or any person that's in business, not every day is going to be a good day. So if you do your risk management correctly, guess what? It's not going to harm you. Yeah, our results are very positive for the year so far. Anyone that's working with us, that's sticking to our rules, is very positive year to date. So our fund's looking very, very attractive, and long may it continue. So our final chart of the day is going to be cocoa. We've been in this for some weeks now, so if you have been following our social media, if you have been following our YouTube channel, you will have noticed how long we've been in this trade. So it was this particular week here that triggered us. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th week of being in this trade, and it's moving really, really nicely for us. The black line is where we took our first profits. We are now at break even, and we were looking to add back into this position. It missed our second entry just at I think it was 2991. The position is still, the order is still sat there, so we will look to get in on any retracement in this market, and we will look to run this up to about 3300. Right, guys, remember it's major news today, major news, so be careful. If you're not in any trades, don't risk the gauntlet of losing big amounts of your account, because anything can happen when the Fed announce what they're likely to do throughout the course of this year. What I will say is, if you are in trades, make sure you manage them effectively, whether that's reducing risk or moving stops to break even or locking in profit. Okay, these are things that you should always think about. Preserve your capital, focus on the process, and the prize will follow. So guys, make sure you have a fantastic trading day. Keep that trading week positive. Please follow us on any of our social media outlets, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We keep you up to date with all our information and posts. If you've got any questions, like I say, please contact us via our email address highlighted here. And we look forward to speaking to you in the near future. Tomorrow's morning update will be presented by myself, Mark Owen, again. And Guys, have a great day, and we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.